Big news!
Shout out to Evermore. We've re-signed with them for the 2024 year. Looking forward to working with them. Cuz dropped it. They just signed Dak Prescott, who is potential NFL MVP. I hope you guys enjoy this episode. This one was a banger.
Cousin said my line. This episode was a banger. I was supposed to say that. He also screwed up because we had a better one last time. This one's not that good, but enjoy the episode.
I give a nigga, and they run around town beating their chests like they forget. I can forget for now, but I won't never forget. No, love how I feel, knowing the universe got my back. Whoa, love how I feel, knowing that money gonna come right back.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the Journey Podcast. If you are here, please subscribe, like, drop a comment, turn your post notifications on. Over 90% of our viewers are not subscribed. I don't know what that is.
Every time.
Every time. Just do it right now.
Every time.
It's really quick, you know?
There it is.
I'm gonna do the the double time morning right here. We got a little panic attack.
Panic attack in a cup.
So when you have your cold brew and you get that anxiety,
Yep.
this magic mind will mask that.
It's cold. Got to get your mind right. What a little magic mind.
Yeah, no, bro. It brings you back down to earth, you know? So like when I'm flipping out off the cold brew, take one of these with your caffeine, and then it takes all that energy and turns it into focus.
I love it, bro. I just get so dialed. I feel so good when I take this stuff.
Yeah, no, it's I like the flavor, bro. Do you think they'll do other flavors?
I don't even need another flavor. I don't know what else I would look for. Chocolate, maybe? I don't know. It tastes good.
Yeah.
Tastes fresh. The green makes me feel like I'm healthy.
Yeah, no, this is perfect for a pod, so let's rip it. Cheers to Magic Mind.
Cheers to us. Cheers to them.
That's good stuff.
It's cold. Get your mind right. Magic Mind is the reason why I don't blink on podcast episodes. That's a good thing. Trust me. You want to go viral?
It's like Adderall in a bottle.
Good Adderall. Calm Adderall.
Yeah.
No come down.
No.
Shout out to Magic Mind. Use the code Journey20.
Yeah, the Journey 20 link is in the description, and you'll get an additional 20% off if you subscribe for 3 months, which is already 56% off for the month of January. It ends in January, so go to magicmind.com.
You're getting free peace, quality of life.
Yeah,
I love it.
yeah.
I'm gonna take the time to make an announcement. New watch. Who dis? Yep, that's a Tissot PRX. That's a $700 watch that I'm wearing proudly, cousin. I'm feeling good. This was a big purchase for me because I think when we started the pod and like we became official, official co-hosts. The first episode I think was that episode 48.
No, 44.
Okay, something.
No, 46.
It was an episode.
It was around there.
And I remember I had a Rolex, but I didn't really work for it. I sold a camera for it, and I had to sell it. And I don't know, over the past year, you know, I've become pretty interested in watches. Then we interviewed Neil, shout out Timepiece Trading. And yeah, bro, just like kind of fell in love with the watch game. And for a long time, you know, I think us men, we equate success or like entrepreneurship with, you know, buying that first watch. And I really wanted to get like a Rolex or an AP or a Patek or something like that. But I was at the mall and I came across this Tissot, and I just thought it was beautiful, bro. I love the ice blue dial. And it was pretty funny because there was a guy next to me buying a Rolex, his first one. And the guy was like, congratulations, first Rolex. And I, honest to God, felt happier. I looked and felt happier than I think he was buying his Rolex. Because to me, yeah, it's a $700 watch. But like, bro, like it sounds weird, but when I look down now, it encompasses all the hard work that we had to go through.
Yeah.
And then, bro, to be wearing a Rolex right now, like that wouldn't even make sense. I wouldn't even want that, you know?
No.
Yeah.
A lot of people do that. They have like materialistic stuff that doesn't match their actual lifestyle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's all just a flex. So it's like, oh, I drive this car, I wear these designer clothes, and I have these chains and watches on. But it's like, I'm struggling month to month. I can't even get by. I'm like looking where my next meal's from. But on Instagram, I look like I'm crushing.
Yeah,
That was a lot
what
of
is that?
I feel like you dealt with that a lot in Miami.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's
100%,
just,
right.
I mean, there is the aspect of like fake it till you make it. A lot of people like try that route. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Like even your boy with the on the business calls and stuff like that with the, you know what I'm saying? So there's
Right.
ways to
Right.
utilize it to your
course.
advantage. But too many people do it just to stroke their ego to make themselves feel better when they're really not at that level yet.
Yeah, it's, you know what it is, bro? It's just a matter of like, you know, something is a bad idea if all of the validation lies in someone else's opinion.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and that's why I was so happy about this watch, was because I genuinely was fired up about it, you know, and like that's why I can go in and like flex a $700 watch, is because like I fucking love it, you know, and I think that's just like a nice way to start the podcast. And I also have some other ways to start the podcast. But that's just a nice thing of just, hey, if you love something and maybe societally it doesn't make sense, who gives a shit? It's like, yo, like you love that thing, like enjoy it and follow that. Because like I learned early on in the process, one of the things they say you want to do is follow your bliss. You know, like that's one of the best ways to live an amazing life, bro. And then put you on like, and then eventually finding your purpose is like follow, like it's a really simple process. Just do the things you like to do the things that make you happy, and good things will come.
Yeah.
You know, so really simple. Figured we could start it off with
Before we do that, should I cut the heat? It's cold, but
it's up to you. Yeah, you can
it's just kind of loud.
okay, cut it.
Yeah.
Get rid of it.
Cut that real quick.
Get rid of
Still
that heat.
struggling, guys.
Yeah.
Space heaters.
Space fucking heaters, bro. I was cold last night, bro.
can imagine.
It was 24 degrees in here last night.
Yeah.
I have two blankets now.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Those
Probably
blankets.
sleep with a beanie.
I usually do.
Sleep with a beanie and some hand warmers.
Yep. So, pretty good morning. Woke up 6 a.m.
So you're up early. You
did-
filmed that video this morning?
Yep.
Yeah.
Didn't want to have my alarm set for 10 o'clock. But I did a naughty thing. You know, 4 nights ago we had a little bit of a coming to God moment where we made some mistakes, some stupid financial and lifestyle decisions on the new year.
Yeah.
And long story short, we started the new year as bad as you can start a new year.
Yeah, everything we told you guys in that New Year's episode, we did the complete opposite.
Out the window.
Yeah.
Maybe we go into it, maybe we don't. Let's just say we spent a shitload of money. Money that for us as entrepreneurs in the early days and podcast hosts takes a lot of time to get. So spent a lot of money very fast. And I ended up eating Doritos, which I haven't complained about in a long time. But I'm like, I can't stop. You know, when I start, I can't stop. So past, you know, long story short, I don't want this is not the Doritos podcast, but the 3 days after being extremely hungover and drinking tequila and sleep schedule messed up and Doritos and ice cream and all that, just felt absolutely terrible. So I decided to go on like a nice little 3-day, 2.5 day, 3-day fast, which is pretty easy actually, which I was pretty thankful for. And but last night, I just could not sleep. I could just feel it. Like I was just fucking wired. And I ended up getting to bed, but I woke up at 5 and I heard Wayne Dyer say once, he's like, "Hey, if you wake up, maybe it's for a reason. Just get the fuck up." And I was like, all right. So normally what I would do at 5 o'clock is I'd look at my phone, I'd scroll my phone for 3 hours, and I would just try to go back to bed and just get bullshit sleep and then wake up and everything's all fucked up now. But I figured for the new year, it's never too late to change. So I was like, fuck it, let me get up. And got up. Been reading this book. I think so far, bro, this is one of my favorite books. It's you would think it's just a business book, bro. It's all the above. It's almost like it's taken every single thing I've ever learned from any book and it put it into here. So it's pretty funny. Just a lesson to start the podcast off with. While I was reading that book, it talks a lot about, there was this guy named Viktor Frankl. he made a very famous book. It's called Man's Search for Meaning. Funny enough, I bought that as well, so it's like one of those like God moments, and I saw 357, whatever. Anyway, long story short, guy named Viktor Frankl is a psychologist, I think, Nazi Germany, Jewish guy, goes to Auschwitz, loses his wife, his brother, and his parents. Sister's still alive, but went on just as bad as Auschwitz can be, naked body, just getting beat up and tortured. And somewhere along the line, he was like, these people can take my liberty, right? Like they can decide my environment. They can decide the clothes I wear. They can decide the food I eat. They can decide all that, but they can't take my spirit. And what he saw was, while everyone else's spirit was breaking, obviously, how could it not? They're in this concentration camp. He realized that he had power over his own mind. And that's where, he made this famous shift in like, there are things, there are circumstances that happen to you in your life, but those circumstances don't control, those circumstances, he basically just says like, yes, circumstances do not make a man, they reveal him. So basically that just means like, and what I've been thinking about in my life is there's just been so much times, bro, something stupid and something small will happen to me. Like even here, like I dinged up like this watch, like just the bracelet of this watch. This is so not a big deal. And there's been so much other things in my life that have been not a big deal. And like, here's this guy, like in a concentration camp, and he's speaking about how just by being self-aware and realizing that realizing you can react to a situation whatever way you want to, he was able to essentially overcome that Auschwitz. And that's kind of what I want to start the podcast off today with is, it's not really about what happens to you. It's more so how you respond to it.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't allow situations to like situations in your life don't define you. It's how you respond to them. And that's with anything, I feel, with like when adversity strikes, like when shit hits the fan, like that's when people's true colors come out. That's when, when you get into an argument with your significant other or, one of your best friends or, someone in business, whatever, when shit gets heated, when there's like pressure, when stuff is on the line, you see people for who they really are because that's what comes out.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of times when you have to make a decision with yourself of like, do I want to keep that person around, right? Like, because when those, like, I don't know, it's hard because like if there's a situation that happens, right? You, like you said, you have full control over like how you respond to it and how you react to it. And I think the way you respond to it, it's not in that moment. It's like all the time before that. Like you're like this, the person that you've worked to become makes you react a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when someone lashes out or responds or reacts to a situation a certain way, it's not like because of that exact moment. It probably has nothing. Most often, like I feel like more often than not, it's not even that situation. It's all the other shit that they've dealt with in the past that they've just held on to make them react that certain way. Or they've been conditioned over time to every time things get bad, like this is how I respond because it's more of like a defense mechanism to protect myself. Yeah. Or a lot of people use that as excuses, and then they can play like the blame game and, oh, like my life is this way because all these other things that happened in my life. So this is how I respond. Yeah. And like you said, more like there's so many times there's like bullshit that happens in our life that we just completely work ourselves up and we overstress and we overanalyze and we try to make sense of everything for no reason. More often than not, it's like if you can just stay solid in that moment, try to find a lesson in it, try to find something in it, it's so much easier to move on and just like let it go. And yeah, I feel like I've done a poor job of that, of like bringing continuously like for the new year, like one of my goals that I just wrote with myself was to be able to let go of certain things and like forgive yourself as well. You know, sometimes like if you reacted to a situation bad or you handled something the wrong way, you know, you carry that into other situations in your life, other relationships, other problems, and it's like it's a compound effect of like you're just continuously moving, you're just bringing it along with you instead of just like letting go of that shit. So now when new things arise in your life, like new circumstances, new situations, you can react to them with more of like a clear mind, and usually it's for the better. You know what I mean? Like you won't have those blow up moments or those lash outs or flipping out over something small like that, you know? And that's something I want to do a better job of, because I just feel like we're very hard on ourselves and we react. We're very, like, there's just, it's so many like highs and lows and like the way we react to certain things. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes we get very, very excited, very happy, very optimistic. And then, you know, sometimes when it's bad, we overreact and we downplay it and we shoot ourselves in the foot and we're super hard on ourselves. So I want to do a better job being more like level headed. And I feel like the way to do that is just like let go of all the shit. It's already done. And then try to like have more of a clean slate so we can continue to progress and not hold on to like baggage.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, there was while you were speaking, so much things popped up. Maybe something here that's like in some ways related, some ways unrelated. But you know, I think it just starts with self-awareness. Yeah, is really what it is. Sometimes, bro, it's easy to think that you're the center of the universe and that like you can do no wrong, and it's easy to find fault in other people. I think you did a very mature thing when you were having some girl troubles. And you looked at me and you were like, you know what, bro? Like, honestly, like, I think it's on me.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm your boy. So I'm going to be like, nah, bro, it's her. And you were like, nah, bro, like, I think it was me, you know? And how often is it us? You know, like, how often, like, are you actually the problem, you know? And we're here pointing fingers, blaming people. I'm the way I am because of this person or that person. When in reality, it's like, you don't realize how fast you could save a relationship by realizing that you're the problem.
Yeah.
And then in that, you know, you're also the solution. And I think that's the, you know, I guess a little bit of the theme of today's podcast, just speaking a lot about, you know, our faults and how to solve faults, and how a lot of them really aren't that difficult if you understand how to do them. The problem is that they're difficult. Like a lot of this self-help stuff that I'm realizing, it's really not that difficult. There's just like a weird block, you know? Like I think about if you want to get better in anything in life. I mean, bro, if you really want to, let's say, learn if you really want to learn sales, you just go to Barnes & Noble, you read a book on sales. If you want to learn how to speak, you go to Barnes & Noble, you pick up a book on speaking. You want to learn anything, bro. If you're a kid in a, you know, underprivileged community and you want to get inspired, okay, go read a book about, you know, Serena Williams or something. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so much knowledge out there, but there's like this weird block where it's much easier to, instead of taking the risk to go learn, to bet on yourself and go learn all that knowledge, it's much easier to just blame other people and stay in the comfort zone. Another thing also that I saw that makes growth hard is not only, again, like back on that point of blame, not only is it, we use blame as a vice, I think, the same way, you know, we use nicotine and alcohol and drugs and sex. Like I think blame is a vice as well. And like the reason why we do that is because it makes us feel better about our situation. But like, bro, one thing that I've personally just seen is like, yo, if you really do want to change, like this is actually valuable advice. If you really do want to change your life, the only way is you have to go all the way through, you know, like, bro, like once it starts, I'm just someone, bro, like as soon as something gets scary, it's very easy for me. Like I'll be doing good, and then something will get scary, and then I'll have a relapse. When I'm realizing like underneath all of that fucking static and bullshit, if you just go through it, that's when you almost break through and get free. But if you don't actually ever go through your problems, bro, and you keep putting things off, you'll never actually free yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the main thing, like the best trait you can have is discipline. You know, and discipline goes far greater than any other, you know, characteristic, any other like trait that you can have, just because at the end of the day, like it's always you versus you. You know, it's always you versus you. And for me, like I'm always my own worst enemy. And I'm consistently having inner dialogue and inner conflict with myself. And like I said, I am very hard on myself. And the thing that separates that can just completely get rid of all the bullshit in your life is like just being disciplined.
Yeah.
And really, like that is the key thing to changing your life. You know, just being disciplined when you don't feel like doing something, like you do it anyway. You do it because you have to, and you have to do it for your future self. You know, you have to look back. You have to look at yourself in 5, 6, 7 years and be the person that you would want to look back and be proud of, because now what you're doing your future self a favor. Like Logan Paul just dropped a 2023 like a montage of the year, like craziest year. He said this was the first year he felt like he really got like the fruits of his labor. And he was showing clips of him, you know, when he was like 18, 19, you know, he was like, that kid fucking like he like thank you, you know, to his 18, 19-year-old self. He's like, bro, you worked your ass off to get here. You know, without you, like, I wouldn't be me today. And that's what a lot of people, they don't realize, man. Like, they go 5, 6, 7 years and they live the same 6 months, same 12 months over and over again. They have the same conversations. They surround themselves with the same people. They don't bet on themselves. They settle. They make excuses. And then they look back and they're like, you know, why aren't I at, like, I had all these dreams. I had all these goals and I never reached them. It's because you actually weren't the best version of yourself. You know what I mean? Like, you weren't disciplined, you weren't focused. And that's where it comes in with like accountability, where I always tell myself that shit, where it's at the end of the day, it's me. Yeah. You know, we could blame, we could say this, we could say that, we could say I'm not at where I want to be in my life because of all these things, and it has nothing to do with anyone else. It really just has to do with you. Like you said the other day, like if you want to make a change, it's not just one thing. It's not pick up one book, right? It's not go to the gym for 3 days. It's a whole universal change. You have to change your entire universe. You have to change your entire world. Because that's the only way that every aspect of your life will change. You can change one thing, but all the other things are still going to be bullshit. You know, you have to change your mind, your health, your fitness, your diet, the people you're around, your job, your living, right? Like your surrounding areas. There's all these things. Like, you have to make that change, or you're just going to continue. Like Hermosi said it. He was like, so many people, they just live the same 6 months over and over and over again, and then they die, and that's it. They just keep surrounding it. And we've said it a bunch, you know, on this pod, but like I truthfully believe like this is not the make or break it year for us, but like this is the year where we have to, like, where we get over the hump. And the only way that we get over the hump is because of us, not because someone's gonna like come and save us.
Yeah, we're in a good position, bro, because I feel like there was a lot of, came across this clip yesterday of Wes Watson. Someone goes up to him on the street, hey, I like your watch, like that type of clip. You know, he's like, what advice would you give? And, you know, on becoming successful. And Wes Watson was like, bro, personal development, like before anything else. And like, that's just been the theme. And that's why, like, bro, I'm remembering why I fucking love personal development, bro. It's because the same way, bro, like I think people feel this tremendous pressure to build their career. And it's weird, bro, because when you build your career, it's almost like you don't even own the company, you know? So you're not even like, I just find so much more joy in building you, you know? I love it, you know? I really do, bro. I really do love it, because it's what happens when you build yourself, bro, is your entire mind, your entire lens on life changes. You know, like, bro, when you're really working on yourself, like, the only thing that's important to you is growth. And the cool thing about that is, like, bro, growth feels fun. And the cool thing about that is, like, bro, every once in a while you have a breakthrough and then you get a bone, you know, and you start seeing results, you know, and you start seeing that, like, all those bullshit limitations that society has placed on you aren't actually true. And you start seeing that although success and following your dreams is a long game, you know, bro, if you just start today, you'd be surprised at what could happen tomorrow. And that is, you know, something, you know, I've been really happy, bro, with, like, that feeling has came back for at least, like, for a while. I just lost the passion on it, you know, because I think I was more so focused on production, and I was less focused on my production capability. Mm-hmm. Like, bro, you don't get results if you don't invest in the machine.
Yeah.
You know, and for me, I'm realizing, bro, like, we are a machine. Like, bro, like, you have the power. Like, not only do I think you can become great at something, I think if you really put your mind to it, bro, and you're disciplined and you work hard and you get creative, you could be the best at it. Like, that's where I'm at, you know, and that makes me feel good, bro, because I, unfortunately, bro, I don't get a kick out of living in my hometown for the rest of my life. And I don't get a kick out of having conversations with people that live in my hometown. And I don't get a kick out of going to the vitamin shop and seeing the same guy working there that's been there for 10 years. I respect people that work, but it's confusing to me because it's just not the way I would want to live my life.
No, it's sad, bro.
Yeah.
It's sad.
Yeah.
You know, the way majority of people, like, choose to live, or even, I don't know. Everything does come down to a choice, but I guess you could say circumstances are different, where some people are forced to live a certain way, or they have responsibilities, and you get all that. But that's why majority of the world is just filled with, like, negative, nasty people, you know, and a lot of people are just, they either carry everything that they've just been taught since they were a kid. They only know what they know. They only know what they've been told, what they've been, you know, conditioned to believe, and then that's it, you know. And most people just kind of give up, you know. And did you watch that clip I sent you of Shannon Sharp
last night? No.
Yeah, no, really good clip. It was just, you know, we've said it before, but just the way he went into it, it was like so many people are so quick to judge you for where you are today, and they didn't see, like, what it took to get there. They didn't see the nights that it took, the you know, when you were crying on the floor, when you were fucking blood, sweat, and tears into everything. They didn't see all the hard work you had to put in, the trauma that you had to go through, the heartbreaks, losing loved ones, the death in your family. Is like, they didn't see all of that, but everyone wants to judge you for where you are today, where you're standing. And it's like, you can't judge, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have no fucking idea what it took to get here. And you have no idea where I'm going. And a lot of people just want to, you know, put their opinions, put their, you know, all this shit on you. And that's what holds a lot of people back, I feel, you know, is like, they take the opinion, they take the judgment of others for where they are today, and they believe it. They get told enough over and over again of, like, you are who you are, kind of like what we talked about on that last on the New Year's episode, where you're like, you know, I'm a new person. And so many people, I think that's why people get stuck, and that's why people just live that mediocre lifestyle, or they don't want to go for anything great because everyone around them is doing that, and then they tell them that, like, oh, like, you know, you're good. What'd you say yesterday? Like, 2 worst words in the dictionary is good job. You know, you go to college, you get a job, good job. I don't know. I feel like we I don't know, many episodes ago we had when we told, like, what book, if you had 2 books, you know, which book would you want to read? The one where you just kind of have this average lifestyle, you know, you get married, high school sweetheart, have kids, white picket fence, you know, live till 70 and die, or go through, like, what Shannon Sharp was just saying, like, going like all the shit that it took to get here. Like that book, that movie is much more interesting. And that's the life that I would want to live, you know? Like why would you not want to live that life? Why would you not want to have memories, experiences, fucking heartbreaks, traumas, failures, you know, super high highs, super low lows? That's what makes this shit interesting, you know? That's a life experience. So many people aren't even living a life experience. They're just going through the day to day. They're just going through the motions.
Yeah.
I don't know. Everyone watching this, I'm sure we have, you know, most people watching us are 18 and older. Yeah. How fast does life move once you get out of high school? Bro, these days are flying by. We're in 2024. We're turning 27 this year. We're almost 30. Life is fucking moving. It's like if you don't get off your ass and make a play and chase something, before you know it, you're going to be 40 with no opportunity to go back and do it. If you have the opportunity to change your life or make a life-changing decision today, that's what you said. Start now. So many people like put shit off. We put shit off. I'm a victim of that. Put shit off. Oh, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it next week. I'll start next month. I'll start on Monday. Why? Why are we just stuck in that cycle? Why do you think? Do you struggle with that?
I guess I do struggle with that. My problem, I do struggle with that, but not all the time. But I have like weird habits, bro, and it all just stems from not knowing like the correct way to be a human being and not being taught self-awareness. You know, like I've realized, bro, I have a major issue, bro. I get discouraged really easily, you know, but bro, if you're not self-aware and you're not even able to identify that, how do you fix it? You don't, you know. I think with me and if I feel this way, I'm sure other people feel that way. I'm just, and I think society has done this where it's like, bro, like we have these goals and we fast track them, right? Like we have this like amazing goal, bro. I saw this one quote yesterday that like in a way, like it almost like changed my life. It was like, oh, what is it, bro? It's right here because it's such a fucking bar, bro. Yeah, bro. So yeah. So I really struggle with this, bro, because bro, the reason why you come up with a goal, bro, or the reason why you chase a dream is because you want your life to be better than the way it is now. And the unfortunate thing about life, bro, is sometimes life can fucking suck. Life can really be shitty for a lot of people. And life for me has been pretty shitty for a long time. And one thing that we fail to realize is that, bro, we just fail to realize that God places the correct value on things with the time it takes to get there. Because, bro, if you achieve that thing and as fast as you wanted to achieve it, it would mean absolutely fucking nothing to you.
Yeah.
So you might as well just shut up and grind and be patient and just enjoy it when it comes. You know? And
Is
that's
that a blue jay behind you?
Where?
In the window.
There's a blue jay in the window?
Like on the bird feeder. Look outside. See, it just flew away.
Yeah, that was a blue jay.
It's a good sign.
That is a good sign.
Blue jay, I'm pretty sure, is the bird of hope.
Well, I think, bro,
as you're saying that.
Well, it's funny, bro, because we're in the hope business, and that's something that I've been like getting. Bro, I've been doing much better job with that. Less discouragement, more patience, more understanding. I even thought about it. I was like, bro, if I had all the money in the world, what would I do with my day? I would go to the gym. I would read books. I would do a little bit of business, and maybe I'd lay up with a girl. I'm doing that now. You know, like, is it going to be that much of a difference to pull up to the gym in a nicer car? I mean, maybe. You know, is it going to make that much of a difference to have a nicer watch on than this? Is a nice watch. Like, bro, I'm kind of at the point now where, like, I have been uncomfortable for a very long time, but again, I say this shit all the time. Like, bro, God will not give you more than what you already have, if you're not grateful.
Yeah, until you're ready.
Yeah, you know. So, I would just say, bro, discouragement is something that really messes with a lot of people, but you know, it's that's the shift. it's weird how all these things in your life happen at like this like synchronistic time. Like, bro, I'm reading this book about, bro, you're not like, no matter what circumstance happens to you in your life, like you control the way you respond to it. It literally sounds so fucking stupid, but I dinged up this watch and I was so mad about it, bro. Like I was like, not only was I mad about it, it was like on my mind 24/7 because I just got it. And I'm reading this book today and I'm like, oh my God. Like, if you're looking for problems in your life, you'll find them.
Yeah.
You will find them. Like, if that's what you're looking for. But, like, instead of me looking at the dent on my watch, maybe let me look at, like, the beautiful blue face. Or, like, instead of looking for the problems in my life, maybe let me look at all the things I do have. Right? Let me take gratitude and not make it, like, some bullshit affirmation. Like, let me actually remember to be grateful. You know?
Yeah.
Even yesterday, bro, I was driving past a funeral home, bro, and like I'm sitting here upset about this fucking watch, bro. Someone just lost a parent. You know? Like, what sense does that make? And that's not easy, but it's just it's bro, just that's why you have to get, again, like that's why you have to become a self-aware person, bro, and like get into self-improvement and personal growth, because it's the fastest way to not only not let little things annoy you, but to really appreciate the good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gratitude is probably one of the hardest things to practice. I remember, I mean, we go back many episodes ago, like when we first started really ripping and running, and I talked about how, like, you know, Gary Vee talked about percentage of people that have clean water in the world, and you were like, bro, fuck that, that's not enough, you know what I'm saying? And like I was playing the other side of it, of like, yo, like we have to be grateful. And you know what I'm saying, now, like you saying this now, it's like that's what we have to do. It's so hard though. It's so fucking hard to really be grateful. And usually it takes, like, usually you're not grateful for something until it's not there anymore.
Yes.
You know, a lot of
like the only time,
bro, we really don't appreciate what we have until it's gone.
Yeah.
Whether that's a person, whether that's, you know, an object, a situation in our life, a stream of income, you really don't appreciate shit until it's gone. And that's what God does. You know what I'm saying? If you're being ungrateful for what you have in your life, he'll take it from you. He'll teach you a lesson. He'll remove that thing from your life until you're ready to receive it again or receive more. And we don't do a good job of that at all. Usually it takes something happening to us to finally try to make a change or be grateful or appreciate what we have. You know? People don't stop smoking until they get diagnosed with cancer. People who are obese, you know, they don't stop eating until they get fucking diabetes or they have to get their foot cut off. You know, there's so many things in our life that, you know, we don't make the change until something fucking makes you make the change.
Right.
You know, until God takes that shit from you. And I don't know. I really don't know how to practice I mean, I probably haven't done the best job of it. You know, I've tried the waking up and writing down 5 things you're grateful for every day. But then after 3 weeks, I like run out of shit to write down. I'm just kind of writing the same stuff down. But I think if you really think about all the things that we have in our life, you can certainly practice gratitude more, like to the littlest things, you know, like you could, like, yo, we have socks on right now, you know, like we have a nice place. There's so many things to be grateful for, but we don't appreciate any of it.
Well, that's where I think what you said before, what we said yesterday, it becomes an entire reality shift.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't, like, you don't just set out to be grateful and become grateful. That's not enough. You know, like you need to set out to become an entirely different person. And that's why, again, like I bring up self-awareness is like, bro, self-awareness is the first step to do anything worthwhile. It's like, bro, you really need to understand, like the only way to solve your issues is to realize there are issues, right? So like that's step one, is like you become self-aware. Then step 2 is you have to understand that you have a very strong will, you know, like, because, okay, you've realized you have issues. Now you need to understand that you have the power to change them. Then you need to understand that You have a moral conscience. You know what's right or wrong. You know what the right decision is. You know what's authentic to you. Those are the things you need to be doing. And then step 4 is imagination. Now take all those things and imagine how can you fix your life, and really be honest with yourself as well, to like, bro, people have to work on different things. Some people are naturally grateful, but if you're not, okay, there you go. Like, that's one of the things you have to work on. But it's like that gratitude also aligns with being more positive, and being more positive aligns with getting your diet in order. And like, bro, it becomes this web of changing your life is like, it's not this one thing, it's really everything, but it all begins with one step.
Yeah.
You know? And that's been another you know, another big thing that I've been realizing lately is like, you know, we were looking at like Mike for a long time, and it just seemed like on every podcast he was getting better. And we're not behind the scenes, so we really don't know how he is, but it felt like for us, we sounded like we were getting better, but really we were just getting worse. And I think that, bro, it becomes to, and that's why I want you to watch that movie Whiplash, bro. Yeah. Like it gets to a place where you realize, like, bro, you're not, like, you really don't want the things that you say you do. You know, like, that's such a big thing. Like, bro, there's so much people out there. We speak about it all the time. It's like, bro, if you actually wanted something bad enough, there would be no way to not achieve that thing, because it would be the only fucking option. Yeah. Another one of my goals into the new year is to bring back some intensity. You know, I want to find a way to like merge the zen, but also merge the intensity, because you need both. You need both. And I'm also at the point now where I think a lot of what's happened to us in our life, bro, and all the bullshit that we've had to deal with has served its purpose. It molded us. Yeah. That was character building. And like, bro, you can't build a house without the frame, you know? And I think that was our problems, bro. Everything that we've had to deal with. And but now, bro, I'm kind of at the place now where I'm a little bit more in the design phase of my life, where I'm like, okay, I got the frame. I'm solid. There's no storm that's going to come and knock this house down. I'm built for it. But now it's like, this is where life like begins to get fun, because now I can actually paint the life that I want to live. And another thing, it's like, bro, in order to paint a beautiful picture, like, bro, you need those blacks. You need those dark tones. You know, you need that bullshit. You need that grief. You need that guilt, the regret. You need to take those things and alchemize that. Learn how to throw the good, learn how to throw, you know, the nicer colors on the palette. And then now, that's our challenge, bro, moving into this year, is like, all right, suffering is great, but I think now we have the opportunity to actually put an end to it. Yeah. And that's really the goal over the next year, bro, is to also stop feeling sorry for ourselves. You know, bro, self-pity gets you self-pity keeps you where you fucking are.
Puts you back.
Yeah.
It doesn't even keep you where you're at.
Yeah.
I feel like it, you know, puts you behind. But yeah, right. like you said with the suffering, you know, like you can suffer for a while. Suffering is good, going through hardships, but you know, you can choose when to end that suffering. Mm-hmm. You know, you can choose when that. And yeah, this would be like a good segue to like speak about. I want to save Whiplash. I want to actually watch it before we speak about it. So we'll do that on the next pod. But like you just watched Butterfly Effect, kind of what you were talking about. I mean, bro, like that was literally. I'm just such a believer in that idea of just the butterfly effect of, you know, when shit hits the fan, when bad things happen in our life, bro, we question it and we want to change it so bad, and we want a different outcome. And it's like, do you really want a different outcome? Are you sure this didn't happen by design? You know, because when if something played out a little bit differently in your life, the smallest of things, you wouldn't be where you are today. And for some people, they don't love the position that they're in today, and I get that. But for us to want to change or have done anything differently, it's a little bit foolish to want to change that, because we wouldn't be here right now. You know, like from the smallest things we spoke about the other day. Like if I didn't fucking get hurt in Texas and in bed in the middle of the day scrolling Instagram and I come across your Instagram and come across the mic clip, like this podcast never started. We never post a pod clip. Like we never get you know what I mean? Like our life is different. And then life is different from all the other people around us. Our friend groups are different. Maybe the way our parents treated us are different. Maybe the girls that you dated were different. Every single thing in your life would change from one little instant that happened to you years ago. But we don't see that, you know? That's why it's such an important thing to take a positive from every situation. Whatever you can do is like, all right, well, you know, this happened to me. What can I learn from this, or how can I grow from here, or how can I utilize this in a future opportunity? You know, like who knows what's good or bad? That's just a quote, you know, you really have to live by, because you don't see it. You don't see things in the moment. You will never see them in the moment. Because sometimes when good shit happens to you, it's good for the short term, but maybe in the long term it ends up being bad for you. But in that moment you thought like this was a good thing that happened to my life. This is positive. But sometimes like that shit'll fool you, you know? Sometimes that'll trick you. Sometimes you'll get a little, you know, there's just so many blessings in disguise that we don't realize. That is there a lot of them are working in your favor. But it's going to be years down the road before you can actually like see them, you know? And that's what the butterfly effect is all about, you know, and try to change one thing, bro. Are you sure? You know, is that really what you want?
Yeah. End up in the hospital, lose a parent, this, that, the third thing. Yeah. Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah. It's fucked up. Yeah. I thought that was the most powerful thing about that movie, bro. And, you know, personally for me, like in my prayers, like that was always something that I've always, at least, I don't know who put it in my head, but I always have done a good job of remembering the best prayer you can make is, I'm thankful for my life and I wouldn't change a single thing about it. You know, I don't know why, but that's always been like an affirmation for me that I've always really liked, bro, because it's funny, you're like when you sit there, right, and you're complaining about your life, but then you really begin to think about it and you're like, my life's actually pretty good. Yeah, my life's actually pretty good. There was one quote here that I would like to say. Yeah, I guess it doesn't really relate to that topic, but the book is just good. Anything specific you like to get into?
I mean, we kind of touched on a bunch of different things, but yeah, just what I started with, you know, I just want to be less hard on myself. I want to be able to like forgive myself more, let go of certain things. Because not only, I feel like not even like when you let go of people or situations, like you're letting go like of a past piece of yourself as well. And that frees up room to add more to your life, you know? So that's really what I want to implement going into this year of like, just kind of just forgive yourself for the shit that you've done. Stop being so hard on yourself. Let go of just past bullshit that you're holding on to. Even if you thought that you moved on from it, more often than not, you're probably still holding on to a piece of that. Because once you let that go, then that piece of you that was attached to that will go with it. And then you can allow new things to come into your life, because this year has to be a pivotal year. You know what I'm saying? Like this has to be. And I spoke to my dad before coming here, just on the phone. He just asked about the pod and stuff like that, and you know, I was like, it is just it's a long game, you know, and we've understood that. We tried to take shortcuts, we tried to cheat the game, we tried to fast track it, and it's not going to work. It's not what we're designed to do. And the goal, like we have set goals this year of what we want to accomplish, and they're very doable. And the only way we are gonna get there though is if we do like that internal work. You know, I think we did. I mean, for me personally, I certainly fell off that train for a while and just got a little overwhelmed with everything and thought things were gonna play out a little bit differently. But it was a reality check where like God will humble you. You know, the universe will humble you if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, you know, and especially when you ask for certain things, you know, they'll get put into your life and it'll be a test to see if you're actually ready for it. Sometimes like, you know, you'll ask for things and here you go. And more, and you're not going to be ready for it because because I didn't take the time. So that's what I need to get back into, because I think it will. I personally, and we just strayed away from what got us here, you know, and like just got to get back to your roots. Like Neil was talking about that. He had 8 different businesses, and it's like you're just pouring to your baby, you know, just pouring to your baby, and our baby is us, you know, it's ourselves, because this is the realm, this is the space that we're in. It's the personal development, self-help realm. So we need to be, if we want to be those guys, like we got to be experts in that. So yeah, I think this year is just like letting go of all the wrongdoings, all the past, all the mistakes, move on from it, learn from it, and then, you know, be open to new things coming into your life, and then and just get back to your roots.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. Pretty much, yeah. I mean, I don't have, you know, I mean, that's, you hit it on the head. I mean, yeah, again, bro, I'm not really like, that's why, like for me, I'm trying to, you know, get rid of tasks. You know, I'm trying to stop treating personal development like working out. You know, I'm just trying to make growth a lifestyle. And like I've been telling everyone, you know, that's my biggest goal for the new year is just like, bro, create an environment that's like symbiotic of growth and evolution and creativity. You know, like one thing I would challenge everyone listening or anyone watching is like, you know, it's really important to understand, dude, like fucking, I know I'm like, in a way I'm like kind of rambling, but I've just been having so much realizations, bro. Like it's all been coming to me. And that's why it's like, I don't even sound as enthusiastic about it, is because like a lot of this stuff is just like textbook to me now. It's just like natural law. That's the way it is. And, you know, one of those things is like, bro, if you never actually sit down and think about the future and like, what do you actually want with your life, you're never going to achieve anything, because how can you move towards something you're not aiming at? You know, it's like classic Jordan Peterson, but like I'm falling back on that now because, bro, there's been a lot of people that have made fun of us because on the short term, we have not made that much money. We live at home. We look like failures immediately right now. But bro, I've spent a very long time building my future. And maybe I didn't do a good enough job in the middle, right? Of like, you know, what I know what I need to do today. I know what my life is going to look like 10 years, but maybe my middle goals were a little bit more messed up. But that's just something that people really need to understand, is that you need to dream build. You know, you need to dream build, bro. You need to as much time as you spend as much time as you spend working for someone else, bro, you need to spend the same amount of time designing the life that you'd actually want to live. That's, you know, really the goal now, bro. And that's what's going to produce everything, is to just remove habits, bro, and create more lifestyle. Yeah. Is the goal.
Yeah. The best investment you can make is in yourself. You know, fuck what everyone else thinks. Fuck what the opinions that people throw on you, the judgment of you. It's like, yo, if you truly believe in yourself and you believe in what you want to do and you have this dream in mind, invest in yourself. Like that's the best investment you can ever make. You know, fuck the opinions of everyone else, because like you said in the car the other day, you know, once you reach that point, you know, once you get to that place where everyone else, when you first started, they laughed at you, they're going to be fucking reaching out their hand so you can take them along with you. And then you just have to, you know, close the door, because when I started this, you know, when I chose to invest in myself, when I chose to do something different with my life, you know, you laughed at me. It was a joke. And then 5, 6, 10 years later, you know, like where's the joke? You know, it's not funny anymore, because it's a real reality, because you made the proper investment. You know, it's the same thing with stocks. You know, a lot of people, they want to hit on penny stocks and overnight and crypto and, you know, Dogecoin, stuff like that. Yeah. it's 1 in a million to do that. But the
Yeah.
people that over time, 20 years ago invested in Apple and Disney and Amazon, they're millionaires now because they made a smart investment and it was a long-term play. They didn't want the short-term gain, they wanted the long-term game. And those are the people that all the successful people, everyone. Everyone.
Yep.
It's what Shannon showed, like, you didn't see all that work, that was put in, and all that is it's investing back into yourself, and it's just the best thing you can do, especially now, bro. Especially now, the opportunities are endless of what you can do from yourself. You don't need to rely on anyone anymore.
Yeah.
With the internet, you don't need to rely on anyone. You can really create your own reality, but it's up to you to decide, like, do you really want it, or do you just say you want it? And that is the key determining factor, is actually aligning with what you say you want.
Absolutely, bro. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and then just really quick to add to that. One of the things, bro, that like gets me upset, because this happens a lot now, bro, is like people will come up to me, bro, and they'll ask me advice, and it's like, bro, the question they just asked me shows me that you would never be able to get on a level even remotely close to this, because you're even asking a question like that.
Yeah.
Like, bro, one of the reasons why truthfully I feel like there's so much things working for me in my life is because, bro, and this book speaks about it. It's like, bro, like, I have like insane too much people have just like this attitude where it's like they need to be told how to do things, and I've just personally seen, like, bro, it's not like you need to like be resourceful, bro. Like, you need to like go out and like you need to actually take initiative as well, bro. And like there's a lot of things that happened to me that I can't even remember, but they just became a part of me. It's like, bro, if when somebody asks me for like quick advice, I'm like I'd have to give you like a 10-year. I wish I had journals of 10 years of my life that you can like go in and like study to try to find, because none of this is quick advice. No. There's not a single piece of this that's quick advice, and that's something that honestly, bro, I've been upset with that, because again, it goes back to that point of like, bro, a lot of people say they want something but they don't want it. Yeah. And I've been finding it offensive, bro, because I'm someone that's going for it. And when somebody asks me a question and they're like, when somebody takes my life and they try to boil it all down to like, what's one tip? It's like, bro, this was fucking blood, sweat, and tears. This wasn't one tip. This shit was not over. Like there was nothing about this. There's nothing about this that was shallow, even in the slightest bit. And that's where like the best advice and like the thing that people need to actually hear is like that thing that you're fucking avoiding, that you don't want to go through it all. That's your bridge. Like, that's your way to get on the other side. Like, that's the way to, the advice that you're looking for, whatever advice that is, it's on the other side of not only doing the shit that you don't want to do, but going to the places you're really fucking afraid to go to. Going to the places that it's just going all the way through. Like, that's just the best ending advice that I can give on this podcast is like, bro, like, it's you have to, your limit and your edge, and the only way to change your life is to go over the edge. Yeah. There's some simple and small as that, but people don't. They don't. No. They don't even get anywhere near it. And then that's what's bullshit about it, is that there's so much of these like, oh, we'll just do this and just do that. And it's like, nah, like, you will not achieve anything because you have serious fucking dependency problems, and you need to let go of your fucking shitty relationship. Like, that's step one. Or you have a serious problem with food and dopamine, and you need to let go of that. But that's too much. Or like, you need to, like, it's all of the addictions, bro, and all of the lifelong habits that are like, that seem impossible on the outside to break. That's the only way your life is going to get better. That's like the thing that I'm beginning to realize is like, it's the fucked up thing is like, bro, like, the only way you can change your life is to be okay with like going through hell for a little bit.
Yeah.
That's the only way. It's the only way. The only reason why I'm even remotely peaceful, and I'm probably at 30% of where I want to be. The only reason I was even able to, when things were so bad for me years ago, I didn't even think that I would be able to have a functioning life. So the only reason I was even able to get to this point was because I went I went right fucking through it. I went right fucking through it. And you know, it's the point of what you were saying before of just, man, you have no idea. You know, you might be sitting there and like, in a way, it's almost like, bro, you should be grateful for those things, because if you got what you wanted right now, it wouldn't mean anything to you. And then if you got what you wanted right now, it might lead to something really bad happening in the future.
Yeah. No, 100%, bro.
Yeah.
It's so you just gotta turn. It's bro. It's, I mean, my favorite book, The Alchemist. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta turn fucking. You gotta alchemize situations. Everything fucking Santiago went through in that book, bro. Yeah. He alchemized it.
Yeah.
He turned a bad situation. He got robbed, lost his girl, had to go and do all these. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had to do that because it was for the better. And a lot of people, they don't have bad things that happen in their life. You know, unfortunately, that sounds weird to even say. Unfortunately, bad things didn't happen in your life. Well, those bad things, they have to lead to something good. You know, they have to. Or you can let it crush you, you know, but like, you have to learn how to utilize those dark times, those bad times.
Yeah.
And you have to be grateful for them.
Yeah.
Bro, rock bottom, sometimes it's the best fucking place to be. You know, when you're in your lows, that's the best place to be.
Absolutely.
It's the only way from there is up. It's the only way. You can't go any lower.
Yeah.
You're already at the bottom.
Yeah.
So even the smallest amount of growth, you're on your way up. You know, the smallest amount, the smallest win, you're on your way up.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that would be, yeah, I guess, to summarize the whole episode, you know, just fucking just be grateful. Be grateful for the good times, the bad times, the in-between times, because they're all just stepping stones if you are actually putting action into what you say you want out of your life.
Yeah. And realize, bro, there's no fucking way to avoid fear.
Yeah,
you're gonna have to be afraid, bro. You're gonna that's the only, like, you know, our society, we try to avoid adversity, bro. We try to avoid chaos. We try to avoid fear, and it's like it's such a disservice, because that's the only fucking way you're ever gonna grow, is if you actually face those fucking things. You know, my favorite quote, bro. One of my favorite quotes. You in life, bro. It's not that you get less afraid of things, bro. That fear is always going to be there, but you get way more courageous, you know. And that's, you know, it's just like it. I look around, bro, and it freaks me out the thing where fear has gone, you know, where, like, bro, like, a lot of people have been saying to me, like, bro, I did that 7-day fast, and I'm not trying to be egoic about it, but I learned a lot about what I thought was possible by not eating food for 7 days. And I've been getting, bro, so much people come up to me and they're like, bro, I can't even skip a meal. And you know what's crazy? When they look at me, I'm like, yeah, I know you can't. I could just tell you can't skip a meal, which is like insane to think about, because there's so much things like if you can't skip a fucking meal, how the fuck are you how are you ever like if something bad happens to you, really bad, how are you ever going to overcome it? Right? And then now we have this society where it's like, oh, you don't have to because it's okay. Yeah. And we have all these pills now that we can give you, and we're going to give you parts. You know, we're just going to make you feel as good about your problems as possible. When it's like, bro, if you have a fucking major issue, there's nothing. What's the word? There's nothing virtuous about not solving that thing, because bro, like you don't realize that when this is your way to make the world a better place. This body that you have right here is the way to change the world. And if this thing is not happy, if this thing is constantly pissed off, if this thing is constantly spreading negativity, if this thing passes on its shitty genetics to its children, you will have a not only will you not make the world a better place, but you'll what am I looking for?
Destroy it.
Yeah, you'll fuck. Yeah. You know what I mean?
You'll destroy the world. But I'm saying,
yeah,
you're just adding to the shit that's already out there.
Exactly,
you're making it worse.
And that's where like I get a kick out of all these people, bro. They're always like, yo, I want to help people, and it's like, do you really want to help people? Is that what you really want to do? Because all of your actions say that you don't.
Yeah. Everyone wants to help someone. They don't even fucking help themselves. You can't even help yourself. You can't even do right by yourself, but you want to go and help other people?
Yeah. What is that?
That's where we're at.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to help everyone. It's like, one, you probably don't even really want to help other people. You just want what comes with it.
Yeah.
And you've never even you don't even help yourself.
Yeah.
You don't even do right by yourself. You do yourself a disservice every fucking day. You can't even live and be the person that you say you want to be. But you want to go and give advice to other people and help other people. Mm-hmm. At least we're real enough when we do this. Like we own up to the shit that we say.
100%.
You know, everyone says they put on this facade on the internet, on Instagram, on these clips and everything like that, and then they're a fucking piece of shit in real life. Mm-hmm. At least we own it. Yeah, I was a piece of shit this weekend. Well, I made a bad decision. I didn't do what I said I was going to do. Mm-hmm. And that it starts with what you said in the beginning, is self-awareness. Mm-hmm. I've always been self-aware. That's one thing. You know what I'm saying? I never needed anybody to tell me anything. Mm-hmm. Anything somebody is about to tell me, I already know. Mm-hmm. You don't have to tell me about myself because I'm aware of myself. I take accountability. Mm-hmm. I don't always take action on that awareness or make the change or change the habit, but I'm aware of it. I know it's wrong. I've always had a good conscience and a good judge of. I was always a good judge of character, and I was always internally real with myself, where like I knew when something was off, or I knew when it was wrong. I might not show it. I might try to subside it and put it behind me so subconsciously it doesn't affect me. But deep down, I always fucking know, you know. And that's where society is completely lost. Yeah, they don't know. They don't know right from wrong. Yeah, and maybe they do. I don't think so. I don't think most people do. I think a lot of people there's no awareness in any type of decision that is made. There's none. Yeah. And that's where most people make that mistake. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that was what we said in the beginning. It's just awareness, bro. Yeah. It's complete self-awareness. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Yeah. Well, good. Yeah.
Yeah. Good up.
Yeah. Feel good. Morning
up. Still early. What time is it?
It is early, right? Bro, waking up at 6 is a whole different monster, bro. It's only 12:30. I would literally just be waking up now. It's fucking crazy that I do that shit, bro.
There we go.
That's fucking crazy. Yeah. That's it. Yeah, that's it. I have a funny text for you.
There we go.
After this.
Good up.
Good up.